In this video, I want to ask you, what is happiness? Like, what even is it? Are we ever really happy? Is happiness really on the outside of us? Or is it something that we have more control over than we think? Some of the things I've learned around this might surprise you. I'm also going to give a little free bonus away at the end, so make sure you stick around for that. As human beings, we think we should be happy all the time, right? It's actually quite entitled and very unrealistic, right? You know, nobody gets to be happy all of the time. That's not really how this shit works. You know, we honestly, if things aren't going in our favor sometimes, we think we're unhappy. Happiness is just, it's just a, you know, on the spectrum of emotion. Without sadness and all the other emotions that we get to feel, there is no happiness. It doesn't even have any real value. Also, as human beings, we give control of our happiness away to things on the outside of us. Things like money, cars, the opposite sex, jewelry, clothes, the location where we live. You know, the list goes on and on and on. We give all of that power and control away to outside circumstances. This is nothing more than just programming. Because if a large enough group perceive one thing, it becomes believed or fact by everyone. But we know money doesn't buy us happiness. If money bought us happiness, you know, you hear of all these celebrities that, you know, check into rehab or commit suicide or take overdoses. That wouldn't happen if money really brought us happiness. So somebody's selling us some bullshit somewhere along the line. We actually have our happiness completely backwards. We look on the outside. We look for things on the outside of us, outside circumstances, to change the way we feel on the inside, when really we need to change the way we feel on the inside to affect change on the outside and really change, you know, our lives and the world around us. If you rely on things, on the outside of you for your happiness, you are never ever going to be truly happy. You're always going to be chasing your tail because the goalposts always move. When I was 16 years old, I got a job. Maybe you've experienced something like this yourself, but I got a job as a dishwasher. I was a kitchen porter in a restaurant. And I think at that time, you know, I was working a lot of hours, doing like 50 hours, and I was making about 12 grand a year. I was taking home like £1 a month. And the thing is that was great for me because I was just a young kid, you know. I'd get all my money, I'd spend it all in 2 days. And then you're back to square one. You're kind of waiting, you know, you work, it's monthly pay, right? You get your fucking money, you spend it all definitely within a week. And then you're fucked, you're on your ass again for 3 weeks. And then I was like, oh, you know, 12 grand's not enough. Maybe I just need 15 grand, okay? So your life situation changes, your work situation changes, you improve your finances, just that few grand. But then guess what? You're still not happy. You're still not happy inside. So you start to look for things on the outside, you know? You're still not happy. And it's the money's fault. Oh, if I just had 18 or 21 grand a year, then I'd be happy. So you do that. guess what? You get there again, you're still not happy. Nothing's still the way that you want it to be. You know, and I went up and up and up to the point where I had like a catering business for a little while. I had a few different kitchen franchises, had like a few chefs working for me, and like, you know, I was taking home like 2.5 grand a week, like cash in my pocket. And I still wasn't fucking happy. Didn't give me any more happiness. In fact, because of things that I was doing at that time, I was actually more poor than, I was as poor as when I had my 12 grand a year job, because of spending habits and other habits that I had. And I still wasn't happy. I still wasn't content. I had a fantastic opportunity, and it was never enough because I wasn't happy inside. So how do we take back control of our own happiness? Now, some things that I've learned around this, okay? Thinking of this in a few ways. First, you have purpose, okay? You need purpose, something to work on that is more important than just you, something that isn't all about just you, right? Everybody wants to be fucking rich. Everybody wants to have, you know, thousands of pounds in the bank, or millions, billions, you know. But to do it all for just selfishly, just because you want something, okay, it's not going to work. There's no longevity in that for happiness, okay? Doing something for others where you could get paid is the fucking icing on the cake, okay? And when you learn that, it's going to set you free. Also, choose fulfillment over happiness, okay? If you have purpose, you will feel more fulfilled. You will be more happy as a byproduct, trust me. And then there's discipline and simplicity, okay? Discipline, doing the shit that you don't really feel like doing, you know? Making sure that you keep up those things that you don't really feel like doing, especially when you don't feel like doing them, you know? And just simplicity, just taking care of the basics, okay? Good diet, good sleep, healthy habits, healthy routines. These are the things that are going to serve you in the long run and help you to feel happier. As a gauge, right, just for yourself, take a pen and paper and just write down these 4 categories and grade them from 1 to 10. Obviously 1 being low, 10 being absolutely fantastic. Take your wealth, health, relationships and spirituality, okay? Grade them all from 1 to 10. If you're scoring under 7 on any of them, at least you know then what area of life you should be putting your focus into, right? The chances are that if you are scoring low on any one of those categories, you're going to be unhappy, right? And spirituality is, don't be scared by that. What I mean really by that is like meditation, you know, which is one of the things I've really found useful to maintaining my own and having control of my own happiness and myself. So like, don't be scared by that. That's what I mean by spirituality, okay? Listen, I want you to be happy. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm way happier than I've ever been in my whole life. Things have never been as amazing as they are now. And it's because solely of how I am on the inside. You know, I've never been as well as I am on the inside. So everything else on the outside is just like a reflection, right? I don't know if you ever met someone who's fucking unhappy like all the time, super negative, difficult to be around, everything's always a fucking drama, everything's always a problem. And then you meet someone who's happy all the time, you know, that happy-go-lucky person. the sort of person who good things just tend to just happen to. You know, life tends to just move out of the way for them. They have that exquisite, like, poise of character. What person would you rather be? Guys, remember, sorry, nearly forgot. I'm going to leave my own daily habit tracker and routine as a link for you in the description for watching until the end. So thanks for that. Guys, remember, it is your God-given right to be successful, and it's your responsibility to reach your potential.